Good evening, everybody, and welcome to round 10 of ILR Tier 2 Xbox for Season 5. And we're here for the American Grand Prix at the fabulous COTA circuit. Alongside me today will be Burnout or Ben. How are you, Ben?
I'm really good actually this week. How are you, Dom?
Pretty good, yeah, pretty good. And COTA is one of those, one of the most modern circuits on the calendar. It came into fruition in 2012, so one of the favourites of the newer tracks on the calendar. So, Ben, what do you think about this fabulous circuit?
Personally, I absolutely love it. I've done it in many different categories: F1, GT, prototype, you name it. I've done it. It's a fantastic circuit for racing. You've got that really tricky sector one, just constant left rights. Really takes takes after Japan, the sector one. And then you've got the sector two, which is a bit more calming. Really where the overtakes take place, with the big long straight. And then sector three is mainly just a combination of the both. Just long swooping corners, really flows nicely. Also takes after the Istanbul, things like triple left, something like that. So yeah, really love the track, and I really can't wait to see the race today.
Definitely should be interesting. We've got a lot of numbers today. Got 19 people out there on circuit, so means we'll be in for a bit of a cracking race. I think a big fight for those final points paying positions as well. I think we're in offer here, so interesting things. I mean, championship-wise, Ben. I mean, how are you looking in terms of overkills versus Jackster? Who you're kind of rooting for there? It's 27 points the difference.
Um, I think Overkills has been a bit more consistent over the season, so I think he's the favourite to win. But I think it's going to be very close between them for sure.
And in constructors-wise, I mean, looking at that as well, we think it's a battle between Toro Rosso and I think what team is it? I think McLaren. So that's pretty tight as well, isn't it? I think it's only 33 points. So who are you rooting for there?
Yeah, again, I think it's going to be down to consistency, and that's more McLaren. I think Toro Rosso drivers have really been a little bit more inconsistent, especially Mulder. He's made a lot of mistakes this season, so he's got to try and make sure he doesn't make those mistakes in the final couple of races. But yeah, probably yeah, the favourites to win probably will be McLaren.
Yeah, I think Toro Rosso, I think they've been unlucky. They lost a driver during the season as well. So I think it would be a lot tighter if if they had maintained both their drivers. Mulder obviously being the one that's been there throughout the whole season, but unfortunately, obviously the other driver that was with them, I can't remember who it was. But it's Bacon Young, wasn't it? Bacon was there, and Bacon obviously left. So I think it would be a lot more tighter if he had stayed, but unfortunately that is the case. So McLaren, I mean, they are, as we mentioned, 33 points in front of Toro Rosso. There's 86 on the board, and after today there'll only be 43 on the board. So McLaren, all they have to do is outscore Toro Rosso today, which, I mean, obviously got Overkills, who is championship leader out there today, and we've got B.Y. Hamilton. That's proven to be quite a formidable lineup since Germany. It's been a pretty good lineup since then, and they've been scoring really good points every single week. So, I mean, it's looking pretty good for McLaren to wrap it up this weekend, and we could even have the champion crown this weekend, Overkills, if he can outscore. I think it's obviously the Jackster. I think that would be, I mean, if he outscores him, I think it would be championship over. But it's 27 points of difference. All Overkills has to do is make sure it's over 25 points, the gap, by the end of this weekend. But Mulder is out there currently. Right now, he's second place at the moment. He's not actually in the championship running, unfortunately, anymore. It's 57 points, so mathematically he can't win this championship. But he is on a lap. He's on the soft compound tyres, and we're going to go right on board with the Toro Rosso driver. We've been on board with him for the past lap since he's been on his outlap. He's through these fast-flowing sort of S sections, very similar to sort of Silverstone, Maggots and Beckett's. And it all gets very tight here. It's where it gets more tighter, down to third gear. It requires a little bit more patience in terms of throttle control. And it gets a little bit of oversteer on the exit, but he's okay. And there's a car on the wall. That's one of the Saubers there. Didn't catch who that was. But braking before the tipping wall, down into second gear, turns it in. And then he's a good exit here, which he hasn't rode on the curb on the right hand side, which is really important because otherwise it upsets the actual exit. Hits the DRS down this long straight, and we should expect to see quite a lot of overtakes down here during the race. Now we brake once again up the 50-meter board, down into second gear, turns it in, shorting at the third gear. and now into this very kind of slow right-hander, goes into another right-hander, and now into another sort of double left, which is very difficult to get your apex right, but he's hit that up nicely. Now through this long right-hander, and it keeps going and going and going, and now into the penultimate corner, now down into 5th gear, turns it in, doesn't cut at all. It's very easy to cut because the actual apex is blind there. Down into the last corner, now down in 2nd gear, turns it in nicely on the exit, and to the line, the 32.1. It isn't as fast as LK's current lap, which is a 31.394, but bear in mind, LK was on the ultra soft compound tyres, so he's not on the same compound as LCR Mulder or anybody behind. Beryl Hamilton's in 4th place at the moment, 1.1 off, and we've got Overkill's in 6th currently. He's on another flying lap. He's a good 2.2 off, but my feeling and gut feeling is that wasn't with high engine modes, and I don't think he actually was pushing that lap at all. Looking down the order, who else hasn't yet done a lap? The Jackster is out there currently on the ultra soft. Let's see how he's getting on. Currently 2nd place in championship. A bit of traffic in front of him, but they should get out of the way nicely, just about before Cynthia does get out of the way. And now into the last corner. Let's see where it's going to be for him. It's going to be at 1 minute 30.8. But he had his lap invalidated, I think. That hasn't gone top, so he obviously hasn't gone. I mean, maybe he's invalidated it on purpose, potentially, because he doesn't want to go on top on a very good lap time on the ultra soft and show his hand too early. But showing that he's got the pace in hand there. Kai, how is he getting on the soft tyres? Let's see where he comes. 34.9, but my feeling again that wasn't really a push lap. Aaron Daslow in the Haas. Is he actually pushing on this lap? Let's keep on board with him. Last corner now, let's see. It looks like he is actually on offline lap here, so let's see. Across the line is 32.9, puts him into P8 for now. So that's not a bad lap by him. Let's go back to our original group. Beryl Hamilton's on 2nd place. He's actually improved on his 2nd lap on those softs, so he's improved that lap time, which is pretty impressive. Mulder is out there on another lap, but I don't think he's on a complete push lap here. He's good 25 seconds off, so he won't be on it. ST Will is in 4th now, a second off the pace. LCR Bromson's now in 5th, and he actually had some pretty good pace last time out in Japan. Unfortunately, it didn't end very well for him. He was running for the podium, but it didn't go very well in the end. But he's almost got some renewed confidence into the last sort of few races of the season. So, one torch today maybe, if he can actually hook it up nicely. He might be on the chance for the podium here. Currently running P5. Ex-Nathan Aitken, he's currently in 6th. He's the new Toros driver alongside LCR Mulder. So he's hoping to try and almost help Mulder try and sort of decrease that gap between themselves and McLaren. It might be too little too late, but we'll see how he gets on. He's currently running in 6th place. That's really strong for the Toros driver because that's what they need to do. They need both their drivers to be in the points. And they can do that today if they continue on where they are right now. Overkills is out there. Again, not really on a push lap. He's probably going to be going on the push lap right now. So let's go on board with Overkills. He can wrap up this championship today, so let's see what he can do. So heading into turn 1, uphill, down into second gear, turns it in. And then he's a good exit here, which he has got. And you can see the ERS bar is quite high, it's 90%, so he has not used a lot of it on the out lap, or the kind of the feeling lap. Now through the almost Marcus and Beckett-esque high speed corner, you've got to be really careful not to cut here, because it's so easy to cut the corners, and I think penalties might be an issue this race, potentially. He's a good exit from here, runs a little bit more wider than most people, but then he didn't get the bad exit. And then braking at the 50-meter wall down into second gear, turns it in. Again, you can see the ERS deployment, 86, 84. So you can see he's not using a lot of it on this lap. It just shows me that he's not really in a high mode at this point in qualifying. So he's not pushing it to the absolute edge. A lot of people are now on the super soft tyres. So we might see people qualifying on super soft tyres to start the race on. Now Overkill is the improve. He's 3 tenths up on his previous best, so that will go up probably around sort of P6 range. The left-hander now down into second gear, turns it in. Got a little bit of traffic in front of him, but a little bit of oversteer though. He's a bit ragged on the edge, and he might just back out of that lap. Maybe. Yeah, I think he's backed out of that, so he won't really improve in this lap time at all. So Overkills will wrap it up though, or he's going to box it in. Let's see what he does. No, he continues on for the last corner. He's going to complete this lap. Let's see where it goes. It's not going to be an improvement. It's going to be a 33.7, so he stays where he is. But it'd be interesting to see what LK can do on his super soft tyres. I think that's one to watch. I mean, LK currently 10th place in championship. He had 6th place last time in Japan, so he's got some alright pace, and he actually has had a podium at the German Grand Prix. So you never know, he might be able to string up a good result here, because he has got the pace to be right up there. BOR Hamilton is in second. He's also on the super soft, and he'll be probably coming to do his lap very soon. But LK, he's gonna wind it up for a lap in the Williams. Let's go on board with him. Breaks just after that black box down into second gear, turns it in. Need a good exit here, which he does get a very good run. And now it's a long wait before the fast left, right, almost S section, which he goes through. You don't want to cut too much. He's got a little bit wider there, and he's interrupted his line a little bit, but yeah, he's backed out of that. He's got out of that. Yeah, so he made a mistake there. He's probably going to give it another attempt, or maybe he'll pit back in and probably put on another set of tyres, potentially. But my feeling is he's going to kind of lift off and then go again, and recharge and go again on the next lap. LCM Mulder is out there on the ultra softs though, which is an interesting strategy, but he might not complete this lap if he doesn't want to start these tyres. There's one thing to note though, it is quite cloudy out there, Ben, isn't it?
Yeah, but it won't affect quali unless there's a sign of things to come for the race. But I really just want to point out K's strategy here. I mean, his fastest lap is on the fastest compound. Now, I've done this track before in the races, and I know that is strategy to on the fastest tyre. Really, you want to be going on the super softs, and then onto the softs. So I'm a little bit confused why he would focus on track position rather than the long run with strategy. I'm a little bit baffled by it, or puzzled, whatever you'd call it. Maybe it could work if safety car comes out, but likelihood is not really high at this track. So I'm not really sure what he's planning to do with his strategy, to be honest.
Yeah, he's going to have to really pull out a absolute worldie of a lap time to improve on that lap time he's done previously. But let's see, LCMO, look at that. He does exactly what I thought he was going to do. He's not going to set a lap time on those ultra soft tyres. He's going to back right out of it at the last corner. He was on a good lap, but I just knew that was coming. He's done that. He's just braked out of the last corner, not going to go for an improvement, and we're going to see him, I'm sure, qualifying those types of tyres towards the end of the session. But yeah, you mentioned LK, he's got everything to work for here. I mean, he's down in the first sector on his on the previous best, so let's see if he can improve. So we're running board with him right now. Down in second gear, he really needs this improvement. If he doesn't improve, that's a problem. And he's 2/10 down. He's really understeering here as well. He's going too fast into corners. He looks like he's struggling a little bit on these tyres, so maybe an improvement isn't in sight. He needs a good last stick now. Going to give it everything he's got through these fast right-handers now. Heading into the penultimate corner, he needs a really good last sector if he's to improve. And he backs it off into the pit lane, so he's going to have to go again, maybe, on a set of super softs. If not, that will be it. He'll have to start on the ultra softs. And just kind of let's hope that he gets bunked out of the top 10, because then you have free tyre choice. But yeah, that is very interesting indeed. A lot of people are in the pit lane right now. LCM Model is still out there, but again, he'll be pitting in this lap. But you can see a lot of people are in the pits. Cushmania is out there on an out lap in the Renault. Just a note on what Chris told me earlier. Chris told me that he's going to be starting on the soft and doing soft and super soft. So that is the strategy. He's going to be starting on the, you're going to have two different strategies going on here. We're going to have people starting on the soft and you're going to go on the super soft towards the end of the race, going more deeper in the first stint. Or here, most people probably are in the top 10. They're going to go super soft and then do soft at the end. So different strategies being worked around. But yeah, really, that ultra tyre, the ultra soft tyre is not the tyre you want to be starting the race on, in my opinion. And LK might be in trouble here if he has to start on that tyre, because he might have to do more extra stop than everybody else.
I'm really confused why
there,
the amazement is on the wet. So I don't really
just noticed that. I just noticed that myself. Yeah, that's interesting. Is that a glitch or is that?
No, that's not. No,
that's definitely. That's definitely happening.
It just seems a bit pointless. Like if he's He should just stayed in the pits rather than do that. But he's gonna have to beg he don't get in someone's way, because if he gets in someone's way, he's probably not gonna get a good response. That's for sure.
Oh, it's a Cushman's on a lap now, and B.O. Hamilton comes out the pit lane just about. He gets out of his way just about, but that would have put Cushman off a little bit going to turn 1. But not ideal for him now through this fast first sector now. He needs to be careful, not the corner cut. This might be his only attempt, so we need to make sure it's pretty perfect. And no cut so far, so looking pretty good. Now into this tighter right-left, and he's going to have to get a good exit here, which he has got. Oh, a little bit of error still on the exit, but he's okay. Lost him a little bit of lap time, I'm sure. And now into this very tight, almost hairpin-like corner down into second gear, turns it in. Needs a good exit here, and he short shifts at the third gear to get a better exit, which he has got. His DRS running about now. Now down this long straight. There's traffic in his way ahead of him, but that should get out of his way. And he brakes at the 50mm boards down into third gear instead of second gear. And most people looking at it in second. He is on a 101.632 in the middle sector, and he's a good final sector here. A little bit of oversteer on the double right-handers now, double left-hander, needs a good exit here. Keeps it in third, a little bit of hesitation, but he's okay now through the long right-handers now. Now into the corner down into fifth gear. Now needs a good run, and oh, he's gonna get caught by. Oh my god, he's getting caught by the Force India here, and it's not good. Not a good run. It's a 31.5. It is only a 10th of ILK, but it's not ideal really if you think about it. He got caught up a little bit twice on that lap if you think about it. So not ideal for Kush. He might have to go for another run yet, but I doubt he would want to. B.O.R. Hamilton is out there now, starting lap 2. What about our two contenders? We've got the Jackson out there in the pits. He's coming up now. And we've got Overkill's up there too, starting lap. So let's go on board with B.O.R. Hamilton, shall we? Yeah, he's getting on now. And I think traffic's going to be a big thing now in this final part of qualifying. A lot of people are out on circuit. People really going to have to make sure they nail it when it counts. And this is where it counts now. B.O.R. Hamilton looking like he's got no traffic in front of him. So this is a great. Actually, he's got a little bit of traffic in front of him. Maybe it might get a bit messy for him. So now into this hairpin, needs a good exit here, and yeah, Aaron doesn't get to the way very nicely. So he's kind of let him go. DRS now activated down this straight. Ahead of him, there's another car in front of him. Hopefully that gets out of the way. It does get out of the way. It's Kush himself, so good stuff by Kush to get out of the way of the drivers. And Kaisi has now retired from the session. So B.O.R. Hamilton, 24.891 in the middle sector, so he needs to hook up this last sector now. Kaisi called it a day after going 4th on his super run. B.O.R. Hamilton now through the long right-handers. His yellows into the 1-2, so now B.O.R. Hamilton's on into the corner, now down it into 5th gear. Now into the last corner. Let's see, is it going to be an improvement? Hopefully it is. Here comes the run to the line. It's going to be a 31.4, and it's not enough for pole position. It's sort of 400s off, so that's the time to beat. F1 Maestro only 2 thousandths off B.O.R. Hamilton's lap time. And then LCR Mulder just popped up into pole position, so he's going pole on the super tyres. That's a fantastic lap by him. Anybody else out there? What about Overkills? What is he getting on with? How is he getting on? Run to the line now. It's only, where's he gone? Is he 14th? That's not a good lap time by him. He's down in 14th place to start the race, so that's not a great lap time at all. That's not what he needed. He's invalidated, he's invalidated it. And when pressure came to shove, bam. Now the Jackster, what can he do? Our other championship contender, he is on a flying lap as we speak, so let's ride on board with the Sauber driver. Needs no cuts here, and it looks like he's okay, so good first sector so far. Oh, actually, good second sector so far, should we say. Brakes and 50 more down in second gear, needs a good exit here. So here's that time to beat. It's a 30.955 by LCR Mulder, and as it stands, it is a Toro Rosso 1-2. And massive slipstream from the Force India now down this straight. He's looking, it looks alright so far. Needs a good exit through here. Hits the breaking point nicely. A little bit of oversteer. How is he looking? 24.6 in the middle. So it's pretty on par. Now double Fs. Is a good run here. On the cub on the right, but he's okay. Now the fast right-handers. This could be the lap. He needs to, he'll probably be in front of Overkill, so here we go. Final corner coming up. He's locked up a little bit on the front left. He's really interested in this line. Across the line, it's going to be a 31.2. And it's only 13th. And did he invalidate? I think he invalidated that lap time because it was 31.2. Best time of 30.2. So he definitely invalidated it on that lap. So both championship contenders, Jackster and Overkills, invalidate their final runs, which means that LCR Mulder, I think he definitely will be on pole position for the American Grand Prix.
Yeah. Cushmania doing 2 laps on those exhausts, not ideal whatsoever. It wasn't even like he was in a bad position either. So I'm a little bit surprised that he's done that. Especially when he's got perfectly good pace. So a little bit surprised because he's now put himself on the back foot. But let's see if he can make the tyres last.
So do you want to run through the order?
I do. So yeah, then Mulder taking pole position here in Kota, with Cushmania just behind him in second, Aiken in third, B.Y. Hamilton in fourth, ST Will in fifth, Aaron Dazzler in sixth, LK seventh, Maestro in eighth, Humperdinck in ninth, Minty 10th, Kaisi 11th, Beacon 12th, 13th is Jackster, Chris Michael Jones in 14th, Ginger Ninja 15th, Wumpson 16th, Overkill 17th, Josu 18th, and The Amazement in 19th. People need to stop readying up so quick, like, plus.
Yeah. So there you go, that's our grid order, and I'd love to see a lot of people from outside top 10 will be starting on that soft tyre, so they'll be on the different strategy. This is going to be an interesting race here, and I think with both championship contenders outside top 10, cool, we've got a bit of a race on our hands here.
Yeah, absolutely. Should be a bit interesting. I mean, my eyes at the minute are on Kush. I want to see how he does with that with those tires in the first stint. I'm a little bit confused. I did 2 laps, but I want to see if it still works out because he's really rapid around this track. So I'm sure he's going to be right on it on the second stint.
Definitely, yeah. Everyone's just running up, setting their fuel loads and doing all they need to do, and they'll be going for a formation lap around the circuit. Hopefully they'll make sure they won't get disqualified from the formation lap. Because if you get yourself disqualified from the formation lap, you start on colder tyres, so not the best idea. So they'll all head away now for their formation lap now, and Mulder currently leads the way, and I think again he's going to be one who wants the race win. Really, I mean he's out of championship contention. He's not got nothing to lose, so all to play for him. He's going to be going for it, and it's going to, I think, a very good battle between himself and Kush, and Nathan Aikens right there with him as well. So again, the Toro Rosso boys had a good qualifying, so they're going to be in good shape to close the gap up to McLaren, if anything, because now Overkill is down to 17th. The top McLaren is in 4th with B.R. Hamilton. So as it stands right now, Toro Rosso will outscore McLaren, and it's what they need to do. And I think as it stands, they'll probably take the fight to McLaren going into the last race of the season for the Constructors' Championship. But Bromson down in 16th, and we've got Chris down there in 14th, so both Mercedes boys down there. Different strategy for them, so again, we'll see how that all goes down. I think the people outside the top 10 are going to be very interesting to see how that strategy works out for them. But big pressure today on Overkills and Jackster. The Overkills can wrap it up today, but he needs to make sure he gets in front of Jackster. And if Jackster outscores him today, then it'll go to Brazil, which is, I think, what everybody would like to happen, really. I mean, it'd be nice to have a championship showdown in Brazil. Always a classic when it goes down there. Right,
sorry, my phone wasn't on mute. I don't know why. Sorry about that. Right then.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm getting ready for this. I'm not. Who's your bets? I want to know your bets. You always tell me my bets. What are your bets, Dom?
My bets are, I think it's going to be a Mulder win today, I think. Mulder's going to win the race, but we're going to have Jackster flying through and Overkills, but I don't think they're going to be on the podium. Both championship contenders aren't going to be on the podium today, I don't think. That's my prediction.
Now
So
I
there
just
we
want to see that
go.
happen.
Yeah. There we go. Everyone's lining up now. Let's get the detail on, some tyre detail, and we'll be able to get this race underway. Here we go now, revving for 5 red lights for the American Grand Prix, round 10 of the season. Lights out and away we go, and a good start by Kush there actually off the line, a very good start indeed. He got in front of Mulder I think into turn 1, has he got in front? The McLaren's on the inside and Mulder's now down to 3rd place. Bear Hamilton's drifted enough one a little bit there. The Force India's trying to go around the outside, the other Toro of Mulder here as well. So Mulder's lost almost 3 positions off the first sort of corner or so, but he's okay, he's in 3rd place as it stands. But Kush has gone really wide now. Bear Hamilton's now into 1st place. Something's gone wrong with Kush. Kush is now falling down in the order. It is a massive collision. ST Wheel's gone off the track. And it's as if when Kush came back on the circuit, he's hit ST Wheel. So, as it stands, drama on the first sector or so of this first lap. It's B.R. Hamilton who leads the way. The LCM Mulder in 2nd place. The other Torosso of Nathan Aikens goes on the inside. Nearly takes out his own teammate. Nathan Aikens now into 2nd place. And Mulder gives him the space, and he's now in the slipstream, and he's going to go for it on the inside. Izzy, but behind, we've got Kush behind as well. Let's see how this all plays out now. It's Mulder on the inside, Aiken on the right hand side. Mulder goes on the inside, Aiken's around the outside. It's wheel to wheel between the 2 Torosso boys. There's a little bit of lag going on, if I can see that actually, if I'm right in saying. And they're continuing to lag. It's wheel to wheel between all 3 of them, and it's going to be Mulder on the inside on Aiken, and he's going to get that move done. Izzy, yes he is. Just about, and now it's 3 wide, going through. No, it's not going to be 3 wide. They don't even want to play that game on the first lap. It's Mulder on the inside of Aiken. He's going for it on the inside. No, he's not. And he's going to try and keep to the inside of Aiken. It's going to be on the inside for the last corner. No, he's going to have to back out of it. And look at that. It's going to be Kush on the inside instead. It's made contact between the 2 of them. But what an absolute drama of a first lap so far. They keep battling away. And Kush continues to try and get past Mulder. He's going to be on the inside of Mulder for turn 1, and you know what, he locks up massively. He's got on the inside, he gets into 3rd place. But what a drama, what this incredible first lap, overtakes galore, and somehow we've managed to get through that unscathed. But look who our race leader is. It's B.R. Hamilton, who leads by 2.9 seconds ahead of Nathan Aitken in 2nd place, Kush in 3rd, and LCR Mulder in 4th place, LK in 5th, Meister in 6th. But Ben, what a start to this race.
I'm sorry, did I miss something? Are we on the final lap or something? Because that was like intense for a first lap of a Grand Prix. I mean, hats off to all 3 of them. I mean, how they didn't crash. I mean, Jesus Christ. Also the incident with Will. I mean, that I didn't really catch it properly. But from looks of things, I'm pretty sure it was Kush's fault. But holy moly, what the hell have I just witnessed?
Oh, in the background something's happened. Maestro, I think, is round, is he? Is it the Haas is round? I think it's going to be... Well, it's all battling, all kicking off here. If Brumson's on the inside... Oh my god, what have I just seen? He's just gone through the Williams, on my screen anyway. He's okay. But it is a bit of lag in the background now. Chris is on the inside. The Jacksters, someone's falling down the field. It is the Williams of Minty here. So... didn't know what was happening, but oh, look how close it all is. Jackson now in 15th, trying to get past. I don't know who he's trying to get past it. I think it's the Amazement, and I think it's even ST Will here. So he's in the slipstream now. He's trying to make, and he's on move. No way, you're going to go further it. No, your way. They've made contact, and Jackson's into the wall, and the Amazement's into the wall, and ST Will's into the wall. Oh, that's ended so badly. They tried to go 3 wide with each other. Why would you even try and force a gap there? Why would you try that? I don't get it. But then all 3 of them are made of collide with each other, and they're kind of still where they were before in 14th, 15th, and 16th. But the Amazement now retires from the session, but that should not have happened. You don't force a gap. The gap's either there or not, and the Jackson went for a gap that wasn't there. It was opening slightly, but it wasn't the car width. But that's a safety car. The VSC actually has been deployed. But what have I just witnessed in the first 2 laps? Everything's happening. People want to crash with each other or something. People going wheel to wheel like it's the final lap, like you said earlier, Ben. It's too much to start with. This is a long time to go. It's only 25 more laps to go. They don't need to be doing this.
It's a bit amateurish, if that's the word to use.
Oh, we're going racing
Like,
again.
yeah, where it's lap 3 out of 28, and people were acting like it's lap 27 out of 28. That's not efficient racing. That's not how to go about things. You may see a gap forming, but if the gap's not there to begin with, you don't go for it. You wait for that gap to be fully there. Don't just think, oh, it's starting to form, I'll go for it, because that gap can easily close on you straight away. Um, so just a bit of silly racing from the guys. Not really too sure what's going on, but hopefully we can get a bit more clean racing for the rest of the race.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, it's very tight. Look how close the order is. I mean, now Nathan Aiken gets a penalty. ST Will's now gone from the race too. So after that collision with the Jackster, he's now gone. So both those two, and now I think the Jackster's now in the pit lane from what I can see. So his race is now compromised. But in the background, I think Ginger Ninja's looking for a move on Mulder here. And you know what? Mulder's going backwards in this race. Meister's now on the inside of Mulder here. So Will Twill, there you go. Mulder will have the slipstream on the Haas, and the Haas is moving over to give Meister some slipstream as well. And look at the back, Kaizi's going for it too. Let's go on board with Kaizi. And let's see, going to go on the inside of Mulder, is he? No, he's not. Meister gets moved down on Mulder. And Kaizi looks to the inside, but is very careful indeed. Does not go for that move completely. But yeah, Mulder's falling back in this race. I'm just wondering, has he got some sort of damage from that those first initial laps? And look at that, Kaizi now gets underneath the Toros driver, and he's got that move done. That's a move done by Kaizi now. He's into 8th place ahead of Mulder, and Mulder continues to just lose time, and he's actually lost time to Kaizi. So I do think there's some damage on that Torosso car. He's gonna have to either pit it, and you know what? He is pitting it. It's input damage on that Torosso. Yeah, he's putting it in. So in the wars, and I said be a Mulder win. Well, that hasn't happened, does it? So there you go. My prediction's been out the window.
You're a curse. That's all I'll say.
I'm a curse, but look at this. Look at this. Aitken versus Antif Beacon, and Aitken's gone, and there's a collision. Collision himself and Antif Beacon, and he's just lost the rear end there, and I can't believe again he's lost the rear, lost the traction, and he's gone from this race too. Kaizi now behind Maestro. Maestro down in 5th place, but that's ruined Antif Beacon's race. He's now got damage. Antif Beacon's got damage. Antif Beacon, Nathan Aiken's got damage as well. But oh my god, it still continues to happen at this stage of the race. I don't know if people are overheating their tyres or just having lots of wear on their tyres, but that doesn't make no sense. You don't lose it out of a corner like that. It's just very strange indeed. Kaizi behind Maestro, Maestro behind Ninja. This is all gonna continue, I think, and hopefully this battle keeps clean. LK, out of anybody, on the ultra soft, is in 3rd. So very good stuff by him, considering that he was on probably the wrong tyre to start with, and of all the clashes that happened, now Maestro's now down in, being overtaken by Kaizi. Kaizi's on the left here, trying to go around the outside. Can he go around the outside? No, he can't. Oh, this constant action! I can't even keep up with this. This is incredible.
I don't know about you, but I personally, I don't think it's good action. I think, this is, like I said, amateur racing. Like, these guys know how to race. We've seen it before. These guys are probably better than tier 1 in terms of racing. They really are exceptional in their craft, but for some reason today they're just not with it. It seems they're trying to, be a hero, make moves into places that really you shouldn't dare. You really shouldn't dare do it unless you really can. And they're paying the price for it. We've seen 2 retirements already. We've got 2 people crashing out. It's silly. It's not really what I want to see. But like I said before, hopefully the racing improves, because we do have some amazing racing in this tier.
Yeah, let's go back to our battle though. Kaizi and Maestro, this should be a good battle here. These two are pretty clean with each other. So let's see. Kaizi closing up on the DRS, but no, not able to make it because Maestro also had DRS on Ninja in front, so couldn't make that move as of yet. But this is going to be, I think, a pretty good three-way battle maybe towards the end of this race. One to watch, I think, these three. It is all pretty close between those three boys. They are going for it, and they're looking like they're keeping it clean and not taking any risks. And that's what we like to see. Behind, Overkill's now in 8th place ahead of Chris. And there's a good old battle here going on here. But as it stands, Overkill's looking good to wrap up the championship now because he's going to be... Well, he's going to be 31 points in front. And if he does win it today, we'll get him into the party at the end as well. So we'll interview him too. But let's not jinx anything because we have a renowned reputation of jinxing drivers when they're on the up. And then it all goes a little bit wrong.
You do, I don't.
Yes. Chris again closes up in the DRS, but can't get the move done. He's closing up as now more penalties for Humperdinck. He's got that penalty. And Aitken's now in the pit lane for a change of front wing. Not surprising after he span it. So change of front wing, new tyres. Is that Ultrasofts going on that car? Is that Ultrasofts? Am I seeing that right? Yes, it is. That's Ultra tyres going on that Taurus though, so that's interesting strategy. I'm not sure why he's done that. Does Antipin come out in front of him? I don't think he does, so unfortunately those two had a collision earlier. Antipin has really paid the price for that in the end, which is really unfortunate because I think he got caught up in that really. It wasn't his fault. But B.O. Hamilton, the guy we've not mentioned much in this race, leading this race really comfortably. It's been 4.6 seconds. It's kind of fluctuated between 4 seconds and 4.8 roughly. He's really just managed it to Cush, and Cush is now back into 2nd place, which is where he started the racing. So looking very good for BOR Hamilton. And he's managing well, 5.1 seconds now. How's Cush getting on now? He's behind, he's not pitting yet, so tyres they're still looking like they're pretty happy with their tyres, but B.O. Hamilton's pulling it. He's pulling that gap, and it's almost like he's conserving his tyres, keeping them fresh, and not. He's doing a really superb job. The gap's now up to 5.5, 5.4s now, so he's doing a very good job. LK even as well on those ultra softs, stretching them out big time and doing a superb job in 3rd place. I mean, he's got Ginger Ninja catching him, and bear in mind we've got Ginger Ninja, Maestro, and Kaiji. They're in a bit of a group together, so those guys will be catching up quickly. The top of the as now LK runs it a little bit wide through the S's. I think maybe he's now struggling on those ultra softs potentially, so he could be in danger of an overtake from Ginger Ninja. So let's see, 20 more laps to go in this race, plenty of life left, 17 people still running. Ginger Ninja looks for an overtake, but again he's going to be waiting for a good exit here, which is what he needs. And he's going to pick up the DRS. Let's see how much he catches. Now it'll be up behind Maestro and Kaiser will be going at it together. And Maestro won't have DRS. So here comes Ginger Ninja. Closing up on LK. Can he get this move done? He's closing and closing and closing. Goes to the inside. Does he? No, he does not. But behind, how's it going? Kaiser on the inside. Yes. No. You know what? He played that one safe. Fantastic racing. Looks to the inside, but no. Good, that's racing. That's what we call patient, playing the long game, waiting for the opportunity. He put his nose there, but didn't make the move stick, and that's fair enough. That's what fair racing is. You don't just go for a dive bomb out of nowhere. So good stuff by Kaiser and Maestro. They're keeping a good battle going on there. But behind them, LCM Brumson is closing up on the soft tyres. So he is seemingly in a good groove here. And I did say, actually, in qualifying, watch out for Brumson. He's had a pretty good run of form. Japan, he was pretty good there until the last lap. So, you never know. He's in a good run of form right now. As now, who's pitted? It's going to be Crush in the pits. Super soft tyres on the car. Actually, no, soft tyres. It says super soft on my screen, but it's soft because the display says soft. So away he goes. Where's he going to rejoin? Actually, is he going to rejoin in some free air? I think he is, He's going to rejoin in 10th place in some free air. That's pretty nice. I think he'll take that, and now he can really push on those the soft tyres. I mean, on my screen it says the tyre the colour on the track is the red compound, but on the actual delta on the actual display, on the graphic, it's actually soft, the yellow. So I think that is the yellow wall. I think you're just a little bit of a sort of graphical glitch there. But now going back with Kaiser and Maestro, this is looking pretty hot now. So Kaiser's right there with him now in the slipstream. He's closing and closing and closing. And he's going to go for it on the inside. Yes, he is. He's gone for it on the inside. Can he make it stick? It's wheel to wheel. And it's still wheel to wheel going into the next corner. So let's see. It's going to be Maestro on the inside. Better line. The Red Bull will try and go around the outside. They leave each other plenty of space. And it's Kaisi on the inside for the double left-hander. He's going to go on the inside. But bear in mind, Maestro get the cut back. He does get the cut back, but doesn't get the better traction. And Kaisi gets that done. So really good move by Kaisi there. Fantastic racing indeed. And brilliant move, and that is how racing is done. Up ahead, Ginger Ninja is battling with LK. LK pits in from his ultra soft tyres, so he pits it in, and he did look like he was struggling on there a little bit. He was definitely struggling. So he's been released now into some free air, and he can continue on with his race. But Kaisi, good move on Maestro, but Maestro's coming back at him here, so he looks to the inside. Here he comes, Maestro on the inside, but he backs way out of it. Doesn't go for it on the inside there. And wise choice there by the Ferrari driver. So good stuff. Good racing between Kaisi and Maestro. Good old battle there. And Brumson, though, isn't far behind. 1.1 seconds behind those two. So that's definitely one to watch. His tyres will be in better shape at this stage of the race. So he's closing up through this fast left-rights here. Almost Maggots and Beckett's-esque. Humperdinck gets another penalty. So corner cutting is so easy to do though around here. It's not a track where corner cutting isn't seen. Because of particularly the first sector. I think that's where it all is. Brumson again looking to try and close up. He's not far behind. And he's 7/10 behind the Ferrari here, and he might even have DRS. Does he have DRS in this lap? Let's have a little look. He does have the DRS, and you know what? They're going again. Maestro and Kaisi going at it once again, but Maestro again can't close up enough. But he's got an alright run, but again, he's just too far back. He's a car length back. There's no point going for a dive bomb or anything ridiculous. He'll try and just put Kaisi under as much pressure as possible. Oh, Kaisi goes for more of a sweeping line, opens it up a little bit more. But he's made a little bit of a, he's got a bit of oversteer on the exit now. So Maestro will get a better exit. So let's see, we're on board with Maestro. And lifts out of it. He definitely looks like he's struggling on those super soft tyres. I think the super softs are trying to come to the end of their life. Hamilton's into the pit lane now. Yellow's into 3. Who is that? It's one of the cars. I don't know who it is. I saw yellows, but I couldn't catch it. I didn't know who that was. So, Hamilton's now been released. Where is he coming out to? He's going to come out behind his teammate, behind Josu maybe? Is he behind the Mercedes of Chris? I think he is. Mason's now lost possession, so he's gone. That's unfortunate. I think he did that earlier on anyway. B.R. Hampton now in 5th place behind Josu, so he wants to make short work of Josu, but everything he's planning out in his favour. He's looking pretty good here at this stage of the race, B.R. Hamilton. So he's going to keep it all together, keep his nose clean. And ahead of them, there's a battle with Brumson and Kaisi. So look at this. This is the battle we want to see. Humperdinck now retires from the session. Maybe that's who we saw. I'm not sure. Brumson now closes up in the braking zone. He's got the better tyres at this stage of the race. Arguably, those Kaisi's tyres are probably done. And Nathan Aitken has retired from the session as well. There he comes in the slipstream. Brumson is. Here he comes in the DRS as well. Can he take the lead of the race? He goes to the inside of Kaisi. And I think there's a pretty much a done deal. So good move by the Mercedes driver on the inside. And he'll probably get the better traction as well at the corner. So good move by him. And he's now into the race lead. But he'll have to pit. And of course, so will Kaisi. So you know what? Brumson's making moves in this race. He's looking pretty good, pretty handy. He's going a lot deeper. So he won't be pitting for a short bit. So he's probably got a few more laps to go on those soft tyres. But doing a superb job at this stage of the race. Overkill as well will be going a lot deeper into the race too. So watch out for him. He's in 3rd place as it stands. And Josu as well is another one. So all the soft runners at the start of the race, they haven't pitted yet. But B.R. Hamilton's right over the gearbox of Josu. So he'll be looking to make short work of the Red Bull driver. Through the last corner now. Needs a good exit here. He's in the DRS activation point. He's got a really good run here. So this should be a done deal. So here he comes. Slipstreaming him all the way down this straight. He's closing to the inside. And B.R. Hamilton has got that move pretty much done, I believe. Yeah, he has. So there you go. B.R. Hamilton now into 3rd place. And he'll be catching up, he'll be closing up on his teammate Overkills and Brumson towards the end. So definitely at this point, it's looking all pretty good. He's all in B.R. Hamilton's court because he's the net race lead at this point. Chris Baker-Jones in 5th place. Kush is in 6th. He'll be trying to make short work of him as well. Chris will be on the older softs, whereas Kush is on the newer, I believe, on the newer softs. The graphics are not telling me that. Here he goes on the inside, so that's he gets the move done even before the DRS. So there we go, a done deal. And I do believe he will also have DRS because the activation was earlier. He will indeed. So really, Chris won't be able to take back on him unless he stays in the slipstream, which he is staying in the slipstream. So he'll be closing up. But you know what? He's still there. He's almost pushing the runner along there. But with the DRS, Kush will stay in front for now. Chris tries to switch back, but better traction by the Renault driver. He gets into 5th place, so good stuff by Kush now. And he is, again, very similar to Hamilton, just managing it now. He's got everything kind of there, really. He's doing a solid job. Any other battles? Maestro and Mulder, maybe? Mulder appeared quite a long time ago. He had damage earlier, so his tyres will be expiring. He might have to do a 2-stop race here. I'll be very surprised if he can get to the end on those softs. Now, Maestro chasing after him now, and he's a good exit through the last corner, but I think he's just too far back as the Haas in the background extends to good law. I think that's actually Aaron Dazzler. Again, he's just too far back. He won't be able to make a move here as of yet. This is up big time in the braking zone. He's now sort of 4 tenths behind, so we're trying to just get a good first sector here and hook it up. As B.R. Hamilton's now closing up on his teammate overkills, and that should be a done deal. You know what? I think we'll go back to that. So B.R. Hamilton now right there behind him, and he's looking for a good exit. You know what? He's really closed up this lap, and you know what? Overkills moves over. He lets him go. It's definitely good old team orders there, and you can see different strategies being played out. He's not worth holding up his own teammate for the victory. He wants McLaren to have the race victory today, so he's let him go. And B.R. Hamilton now can pursue after LCR Bromson, which again he should be closing up pretty quickly on the Mercedes driver. He's on new tyres after all. Kush is in 5th place still. Obviously, that's net 2nd place. Go back to Maestro and Mulder. They're still pretty tight together. No move made yet by Maestro. They're very tight. You know what? It's really tight between the two of them. Now through the fast right-hander. This is where the tyres really take a beating. They overheat. They really do overheat, and the wear is pretty exaggerated through there. Maestro through the penultimate corner now, leaves a good exit. But again, looks like Mulder's a bit stronger in that fast sector. So, needs a good exit here. Again, he'll probably try once again on the Toro Rosso driver. We're at half distance now. Can't believe it's half distance. It's gone pretty slowly, actually, really. With all the collisions we've had and the VSC, it's slowed the race down quite a bit. But it's been non-stop chaos throughout this whole race, particularly the first 5 laps. So nothing really stopped happening. Let's go back to B.R. Hamilton and LCR Bromson. So that's close now. So I do believe B.R. Hamilton will be able to make a move done here. I think he'll be getting a good exit. What he needs is he got a good run. He's got 5 tenths behind. He might be too far back this time around, you know. He might have to wait a little bit longer. So he's in the slipstream. DRS using the ERS as well. He's closing up. And he's really closing. Does he go for it on the inside? He goes for it. Breaks a lot later. And you know what? He's got that move done. He's dived him. And he won't get the best exit, but Bromson will attack back on him. Bromson's not giving it up. Bromson gets swept around the outside. So McLaren driver B.R. Hamilton back into the race lead again. So not a bad move by B.R. Hamilton, a bit of a dive, but he had to get that move done. He didn't want to be held up any much longer. He wants to get on with his race now, and it should be a pretty clear-cut race from B.R. Hamilton. It should be pretty much a done deal. Behind, how's it all going? Kush hasn't closed up to overkills as much as I thought. We've still got a battle between Mulder and Maestro, and that's still only 3 tenths, but nothing really happening there. Everything's sort of settled down now. Everyone's kind of in their own race now. It's still, it's still pretty close. The gap's not open. There's sort of 1.5 seconds. There's now LK and Josu. I think LK who's pitted. It's Chris who's pitted, so he's gone front wing change as well. He had front wing damage too, so not ideal for Chris. He's on the different strategy, but a really fast race car for the end. So I do believe points are possible for the Mercedes driver. You never know. It's good to see the Jackson continue on. I mean, obviously, and Antibeacon, both their races is ruined, and they're continuing on with this race. They're still going on, and they're still committing towards the end. Because you never know, we may have a safety car. Because you never know, points do mean prizes, and if things can quickly change here, Overkill is running 3rd, and he's looking pretty good for the championship today. But anything can change. With a flip of a coin, anything can change. Kush is really close though to overkills now. I do believe these soft runners won't have long to go. I think they've probably got another 2-3 laps left on these tyres at least. Probably 2 more laps, I think. They'll probably pit lap 17, I reckon. Getting Kush is really close, so you expect him to get past him very soon. He will get a good exit through the last couple of corners. Good run here, and look at that. Overkills is really wide now, so I think it's a sign that those tyres are definitely going, and Kush will try and get a good move here. He's gone very deep into that last corner though. He hasn't got a good exit actually, so he's not looking good. But Overkills lets him go. Overkills does not want to fight him here. He's got his own race plan to run, and Kush is then now into 3rd place. So Kushmania, 3rd place. Close is now going to try and get after Brumson, but his main battle, of course, is going to be with B.R. Hamilton. The gap is sort of, actually, it's only sort of 4 seconds actually, so the gap is close. I think Kush, if he continues pushing on the way he is, he might even have an outside shot. He might even have a shot at the win yet, if he's feeling better on those tyres. But they are older, 2 laps older, soft tyres, so he'll be vulnerable towards the end of the race. And I think he might be struggling towards the end. Hence why he's probably pushing right now. He's probably pushing that for that very same reason. As now, it's like Venti, both of them are battling away here. Chris is on the inside. It's wheel to wheel, and Chris is now behind Venti again. So trying to get the move done. He gets past him. Yes, has he done it? Yeah, he has. So Chris is now back into 11th place. So a good old ding-dong battle between those two. But pretty fresh tyres for Chris. It's a pretty done deal. He's now 17 seconds though behind 10th place. That's a long way to catch up. But I don't know if he's got enough time to do it. So that'll be interesting to see. Anything else? Maestro and Mulder, these two are still going at it. No changes of position yet. These two are definitely still going for it. They're looking good now, 1st and 4th, but bear in mind, Overkills hasn't pitted, nor has Brumson. Now Overkills has pitted, so let's see how that all goes down for him. Let's see where he comes out. So set of super softs. Different strategy, of course, to everybody else. Where did he get released to? Has he been released at all? He's waiting, yes, or is he gone? Yeah, he's fine. He's back out in, where is he going to be? 9th place? Yeah, he is. That's 9th place on super soft tyres. He's catching up to Ginger Ninja. So as it stands, it's looking fantastic for Overkills to wrap the championship up. He's going to be looking very good indeed. So that's it. I think the majority of our drivers have pitted, apart from Brumson, who's going out, still staying out there for a very long time. Kush is right behind him though. So here comes Kush now in the slipstream and the DRS of Brumson now. So this should be an easy move, surely. He's catching. Going for the inside. Here he goes on the inside, and that's it. That's done, surely. There you go. Up into 2nd place for Kush now. And he's 4 seconds behind B.R. Hamilton. The gap was sort of 4.8 before, so the gap's 8 tenths. It has shrunk a bit during this period where they've been getting through traffic. I'm just wondering if that's more kind of B.R. Hamilton just conserving his tyres for the end of the race. Kush is probably pushing on them harder because he has to worry about the tyres towards the end of the race as well, because he knows they are older tyres. So we'll see how that all pans out. The gap is closing, and Kush is pushing on very hard now. So you never know, as now Brumson dives it in. So let's see where he comes out in comparison to Overkills. Yeah, I think he's the last guy to pit. Bear in mind, we'll have probably Mulder pit again. Away he goes. He's going to glitch out on me. So let's see where he goes. So he should be. Let's see where Overkills is in comparison. Overkills will be on the. It's going to be on the exit. It's going to be very tight between the two of them. And you know what? Overkills got that jump done. A very good jump there by McLaren and by Overkills. Good outlap there. And it just shows how much faster those fresher super softs are on that outlap. So good stuff by Overkills. He's now into 8th place, and he's hunting down Ginger Ninja. And he might even be in the hunt for even a top 5 finish there if he continues to where he is. The gap between B.R. Hamilton and Kushmania is now 4.2 seconds. The gap's kind of increased a little bit, so it looks like B.R. Hamilton's kind of starting to put the hammer down again. any battles really on here. Brumson and I think Brumson and Vickers is going to be a good battle to watch. Those two are going to be going at it. They're on the same strategy. You got again Mulder and Maestro going at it. They're still in the same places as they were before, so they've not been able to make any sort of moves on each other. 10 more laps to go. There's still plenty of time, but again, just keeping it all clean. Again, it's very hard. I mean, I think now Kush gets a 3-second time penalty. It's not what he needs. But LK, if anything, it's been a very good drive by him. P3, he's starting on the ultra soft tyres. He's got the same age of softs as BRI Hamilton. Bear in mind, there's been a lot of collisions today, and that is true. But running it in third place on the ultra soft to a soft, that's a pretty good run, and I think it's gonna be a good if he can get on the podium. And now, oh, Kush is gone. Kush is gone for the race. Where is he gone? He's crashed out somewhere. I did not catch that, but he's gone. He's gone out of this race. Kush Mania out of things, and as it stands now, it's BR Hamilton who leads, LK in second, in a dream second place, but LCR Mulder is catching, and look at that, Maestro, he's right over the back of him. Let's go on board with him. It's so close in the first sector, but oh, it's so unfortunate for as now Mulder gets a penalty now, 3-second time penalty, but it's so unfortunate for Kush. He's always in a good position, and then it goes wrong, and he's just he's off the podium again, and that's a shame, because he was running really well, and he was having a good race, really. So, big shame for Kush. He was running well. That promotes everybody up to a position. But, again, Maestro looking good for the podium here, actually. Looking very good for the podium. On penalties-wise, he's got no penalties. Mulder's got penalties. LK as well, I think, might have penalties, but they're catching him as well. So, Maestro in a good position for even second place here. Look up behind, look at this three-way battle. Curse, Ginger Ninja and Kaisi going together, and look at the McLaren of Overkill looking for a move. He wants to get this move done quickly as possible, but he doesn't want to take any risks. He doesn't need to take risks here. So let's try to get a cut back on the Haas, but he can't. It's a four-way battle indeed. So let's keep on board with these four. And look at that, Ginger Ninja getting a good old run through the fast right-hander. Let's run on board with him. Looks to the inside. No, he does not. He's looking for a good exit here. So Kaisi looking vulnerable to the Haas. And even the McLaren behind, but look at that, Brumson's right there too, so Brumson's one to watch. There we go, he's going to be down this straight here. Who's close to who? Grovic is really close to Ginger Ninja here. He's in the slipstream, he's towing him all the way, going to go to the outside. Is he going around the outside? Can he go around the outside? He tries it round the outside, tries it, does he? He's going to go for it on the inside of the fast right-hander, and he's got that move done. A great move by Overkills. That's into 6th place now. Kaisi is up next. He's going to have the fresher tyres as well, bear in mind. So Overkills doing a superb job. A great overtake there through turn 1. As now Maestro is still behind Mulder. Keeping with that battle too. We definitely are watching that. It's been a race-long battle. But Overkills now looking for a move on Kaisi next. That is his next opponent, as Ginger Ninja is trying to defend against Brumson. So really Overkills wants to try and break away from Brumson as much as possible, because they're both in the same strategy. So if now Overkills can get past Kaisi now, this is a great opportunity to do so. He's in the slipstream. He's a bit far back for my liking, so maybe not. He's closing and closing and closing, but is it enough? He's probably not enough. He's trying to go deep on the brakes, but no, he's not that close enough. But he's trying to cut back on the Red Bull driver. Can he go around the outside? Brumson makes the move on the Haas driver in the background, so he needs to get this move done. He goes on the inside. He's going to try and switcheroo it back. No, he's not. He'll try and cut it back though. Kaisi locks up big time. Means it compromises Overkills as well. So Overkills can't make that move, Dick. And now Brumson's close back up again. So Overkills hasn't been able to break away from Brumson. He's a good exit here now. Looks for it. And he's looking to the inside. Brumson looks to the... No, Brumson's too far back. And he's just trying to play the waiting game, as now Overkills are very deep now, but DRS is now activated. Goes around the outside. Does he go around the outside? He's going to try and continue. It's going to be almost 3 right into turn 1. Who is it going to be? Brumson's on the inside. Brumson's going for it on the inside. Has he got that move done? It's going to be Overkills around the outside. They make contact. Overkills on the inside of the fast right-hander, but it's going to be instead Brumson on the inside for the fast left rights, and it's Brumson who gets that move done. One opportunistic move by the Mercedes driver. A great move by him, and he's into 5th place, and Overkills will be kind of like, mate, that's my position, mate. What are you doing? So Overkills will want that position back. He won't be very happy with that. Very good move though by Brumson. 3 wide into turn 1, went for it on the inside. Fair race between him and Overkills. Gives Trevor just enough space. Great stuff, great racing. That's what we like to see. But now Overkill's on the counter attack now in the DRS of the Mercedes driver. Who is it going to be? He's closing and closing and closing though. And it's Brumson on the fresher tyres, bear in mind. Overkill gets it done on DRS and braces a lot later. And he's gone a lot more deeper into the corner and he's got that move done. But can the Mercedes driver cut back? No, he can't. He'll stay behind the McLaren driver for now. So Overkill is back into 5th place. Yellow flags into 2 to 3. Is that Kaisi who's gone? It's Kaisi who's gone into the wall, and that might be race over. I think that is race over. He's reversing it out. But that he was in a good position there, and that's him losing points for getting another driver who was in a good position out of the running now and not in a good place with points. But Mulder and Maestro continue their pursuit for LK. Now, yellows and 2 to 3, I think that's still Kaisi. These 3 are going to war now, but Bear Hampton's so far in front, he can just cruise it now with 6 more laps to go. Now, I think Joshua and Ginger Ninja are battling away. Let's go back with these boys. Look at that, on the inside for Josu. And Ninja on the inside of the fast left, right. Who's it going to be? And it's going to be Ginger Ninja with a better line. So Ginger Ninja now in 7th place. Good stuff by him. Good move, good overtake. But these 2 will continue the battle, I'm sure. But I'm going to go back to our battle for 2nd place here, because this is really ramping up now into the final 6 laps of this race. So, here we go now. Maestro gets a good exit on Mulder, but Mulder has DRS on the Williams in front, but Mulder will have older tyres. Really, Maestro needs to get the move done. He's on younger tyres now. He's closing up, but he's just too far back. Does he go for it on the inside? He tried, he looked, but it was just too far back. So again, can't find a way past that Toros driver. The Toros driver is driving a supreme race on those older softs, but he is on older softs, and he's got a penalty. So Maestro really knows he's got a podium pretty much nailed to the head. But if he wants that 2nd place a little bit extra, he's only a 2nd up the road. Okay, so he really wants to just get it done, really. And Maestro's using a lot of that ERS, trying to get the move done, but he's struggling to find it. That last sector, he's not hooking it up the way he wants it. Because Mulder has DRS on LK in front, it hurts him. But actually, this time around, he doesn't have DRS, so Maestro closing up big time against turn 1, but is he too far back? He is too far back, so can't make the move stick. And through the fast right-handers, and now through the fast left-rights. Five more laps to go, so it's all pretty close. And then again, Mulder probably will have DRS on LK. He is now under a 2nd. Ginger Ninja gets a 3-second time penalty, so let's see how that all pans out. Bear in mind, Overkill is catching up pretty fast. He's only 2 seconds behind this group, so wary. Look at that in the background. They're very close. Himself and Brumson, very close to these 3. So the battle for second, and even the podium is very much on here. DRS wide again, looking good, but let's go with Brumson and Overkill. They're battling away here, and Brumson gets past Overkill's with the DRS and sweeps past him, and Overkill's is not even battling him at all. So, but again, these 2 are they're probably going to be working together, using each other's DRS, using each other's slipstream, and try and push each other along to those 2, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. That's what they're trying to do here. They're trying to push each other towards that group and be within a chance of the podium. That's what they're trying to do here. So Maestro again wants to get very close to Mulder, but needs a good exit through this last sector. Again, Maestro trying to find any sort of opportunity now. Let's see how far back Mulder is. He's outside the DRS, I think. So here comes Maestro right now. He's got an alright run here, but again, is he just too far back? Let's go on board with him. He is too far back. He's not going to be able to make a move into turn 1 at all. So, oh no, he is going to lunge it. He's lunging it on the inside. Commits. Oh, that was so close. He went for it and he backed way out of that. He knew that was kind of a just all-out move, really. That was an all-out move by him, and he tried his best, but nope, couldn't make that move stick, unfortunately. So he's got to wait again for another opportunity. And while this is happening, this is working out brilliantly for LK. LK's got no worries at all. It's almost reminding me of the real-life 2018 US Grand Prix, where it was a battle between Hamilton, Verstappen, and Kimi Raikkonen. That was a good battle for that victory there. So it reminds me of that, where they're just in each other's slipstream, but no one can make a move. No one's been able to do it yet. In the background, how Overkill's getting along. He's kind of Simpson's back. I think he's backed out. He's kind of letting Brumson catch up to him, I think, and then he'll probably turn it up again. Again, this battle, these boys. I mean, Maestro's now got past him. Actually, we missed the overtake. He has got past him, so Maestro now into third place, finally gets it done. But is it going to be over? I don't think it's going to be over. This last sector has been weaker for Maestro than it has been for Mulder. So this battle continues. Mulder gets a little bit of oversteer, though, through that left-hander. So Maestro now into third place, going to try and hunt down LK. And then in the background, look how tight it all is. This is for third place. LK is sprinted away, but I do think maybe Maestro will be able to close upon that, but you never know. It's now 1.6 seconds. He's out of DRS activation. Now, Brumson's looking for a move on Mulder now, so it goes in the slipstream. Mulder will have DRS on Maestro, and now Brumson has DRS on Mulder now. So he's closing up. Does he go for it on the inside? No, he does not. He's gone deeper into turn 1, and Overkills will have a good exit here as well. So these three are going to be battling it out with Maestro towards the end now. Full-way battle for third place. Goes back and Joe's going to get 5 seconds to get penalty for being in the pit lanes. That's really unfortunate for him. His strategy has not worked out today, unfortunately for him. So, flagship Mercedes is going to be LCR Bromson, who's having a cracking race like he had in Japan. Let's just hope he can keep it all together and get it on the podium potentially. Here he comes in the slipstream again. Look how this grip it is. Overkill's really, really close now. And look in the braking zone, the better tyres, the super soft tyres, the younger tyres looking better. But Overkill is closer to Bromson than Bromson is to Mulder. So here he goes. Overkill's in the slipstream looking for a move. Can he get this move done? Let's go on board with him. No, he does not. He doesn't go for it. But now Mulder's on the inside of Maestro. Wheel to wheel, whichever once again. And it's going to be around the outside. Is it around the outside? No, it's not. He'll try and cut back instead. And now it's Bromson on the inside. Bromson has to get his bail right out of it. Now Bromson's on the inside of Mulder. On the inside. Will to will. He's spun. He's gone. I've spun it. And that spoiled it. Unfortunately, my commentator's curse has happened again. Bromson running in a great position there. Unfortunately, half spun it, and now it's a battle. He's still there. He's still in 6th, but he's dropped back big time. And now it is Overkill's opportunity for a podium. I said none of the championship contenders is in the running, but you know what? They certainly will be, because here comes Overkills trying to go deeper into turn 1, trying to cut back on the Toro Rosso driver. He's going to cut back on him, and you know what? He swooped back past him. A great move by Overkills once again in this race. A great, fantastic move. And he's now hunting down F1 Maestro for that final podium position. And Maestro must be sitting there thinking, oh no, don't do this to me, because he really wants a podium. I think Maestro has gone podiumless this season, and he's going to lose a podium here to Overkills now, who's looking super quick, looking for a move now. Looks to the outside though, but he's going to try and cut back now, and the Ferrari driver knows it. He knows he's doomed. Maestro is under massive pressure. Overkills gets a better exit. Slipstream, DRS, everything you want. You're going to throw everything at it. And he's going to go around the outside of the Ferrari driver. It's going to be wheel to wheel down this straight. And I think that's the move done. Or is it? Maestro goes deeper on the brakes. And it's going to be Overkills around the outside, on the inside. Fresher tyres. And a great move. Or is it a great move? Because Maestro tries to go around the outside again. But he's going to block past on the inside once again is Maestro. And he blocked past him. And a great move. Again, a great defensive drive by Maestro. He really wants this podium. He's throwing everything at this podium as much as possible. He wants it so badly. And Overkill, I got a feeling, is going to have to work for this. These super soft tyres are fresher. Yes, they are fresher. They're now into beacon for tyres. But is there fresher tyres? Yes. But they're going to be wearing out faster. But he's got the slipstream, he's got the DRS, he's closing and closing and closing into turn 1. Is it enough? No, it's not enough. And he's going to try and switch back again. Is he going to try and get a better exit? He's got an alright exit, but again, he's just too far back. He can't get the move done. It is a fantastic battle for the final podium positions now. Nothing separates these two. 0.3 of a second. Mulder's playing sort of a back bencher on this one. I think his tyres have expired, so he might come on a threat from Bromson at the end. But again, as I mentioned, the super soft tyres, yes, they're fresher, but they degrade faster. And maybe Maestro's going to push Overkills to the absolute limit on them and just hope that he can get it done. Chris Jones, though, will get a final point because he's got fastest off the race and he's in 10th place, so nothing's lost for him. But now Overkills gets a better exit in the slipstream once again, in the DRS. It's going to be round 2 again. Overkills goes to the right hand side. Going to try and go around the outside. Is he? Maestro breaks a lot later, but it's going to be Overkills around the outside. It's wheel to wheel. It's going to be Overkills on the inside. Yellow flags in sector 2. I wonder who that is for. But it's wheel to wheel again, and it's going to be Maestro in front. Overkill's back's way out of it. But again, Maestro stays in that third place. We've only got one more lap to go after this one. So if Overkills wants this move and wants the podium, it's big time now. It has to be now. But Beera Hamilton has started his final lap here of the American Grand Prix. It's been a superb drive by him. Quiet, patient, done what he needed to do from lap 1 onwards. Really a superb drive by him. He's done a superb job, and he's looking fantastic. He's looking in great shape for his. I think it's gonna be his first win of the season actually. And I said, interviewed him earlier. He said a few podiums. He's had a podium at Britain, a podium at Italy, Germany. He had alright pace, but he's hooked up this weekend. He's looking very good here. It's Beera Hamilton, and he's let the back marker go here, strangely. So he's let him go. Almost saying that he can complete the last lap without having to go another lap. LK though looking like second place, another podium for him. Look at this, Maestro and Overkill's going at it together. Who is it going to be? Cut back from Overkill's. It's in round 3 of this battle, but a better exit from Overkill's now in the DRS, and he's got a good run, but ERS isn't looking good, so it's going to be the same scenario I think again. Overkill's around the outside. It's going to be Maestro on the inside. Maestro makes a lot later again. It's going to be Overkill's around the outside. Going to have the inside. Is he going to have the inside? He's going to try and go on the inside. He dives on the inside, but can he get the better exit? He's going to try and get the better run, trying to switch back. He's going to switch it back on him. But let's go back to our lead driver. Beera Hamilton comes around the final corner to win the American Grand Prix. His first win of the season. Very well done by him. Fantastic job. LK is coming around the final couple of corners now for his, I think it's going to be his, second podium of the season? Great drive by him. It's going to be second place for him. F1 Maestro leads it home for third. Gets the final podium, but it actually won't be. Overkill's on the podium, and he is the Season 5 champion. Well done to Overkill's. Third place, and conceals the championship. Fantastic drive by him. It's going to be Mulder in 6th, Ninja in 7th, Dazzler in 8th, has to get a double point score. Brumson crashes out of 9th place, so he didn't really want those 2 points seemingly. He didn't cross the line, so it's going to be Chris Baker-Jones who will get, I think, 9th place in the end. It will be, and that's a shame from Brumson there. I think he just really annoyed with that in the end. Kaisi coming around, he's in 11th place. It's going to be kind of like an in lap now, but hats off to Beera Hamilton. Great victory today. Great stuff for McLaren, because McLaren now are Constructors Champions too, because of the points score today. A first and a third. That's 40 points. Toro Rosso only scored it was only 6th place in the end. 8 points. They definitely have lost the championship both ends. So congratulations to our Season 5 ILR Tier 2 champion, Overkills. Great season by him. Did a great job, and is fully deserving of it. He's been consistent all season long. From race 1, he won out in Australia, podium in China, he won in Austria, he had a dip of form in Bahrain and in Great Britain, but he's been on it. Italy won, Japan won, and here on the podium again. I said I didn't think any championship contender would be on the podium, but he's put it on the podium. He's proved me wrong, so my prediction was completely incorrect. But there you go. That's our final classification, and I think I just heard someone come back. I think that's Ben. I think he's come.
I've come back, Dom. I watched as much as I could whilst I was important call. Very good race from Hamilton. Very dominating for sure.
Yeah.
Led that race from start to finish. K surprised me a bit. Made that strategy work for sure. And then Overkills getting on that podium. So great job from him. I'll do the race standings and then we'll go on to the rest of the thingy-majig.
Looks like we won't have 4 people in the podium interviews, because if I said that if Overkill's finished at the top side, the top 3, I'd get him in the pie anyway.
BOR Hamilton then wins the USA Grand Prix with LK right behind him in 2nd place. Overkills in 3rd place in the other McLaren with Jossu in 4th. F1 Maestro in 5th. Mulder in 6th, dropping back quite a bit due to early damage. Ginger Ninja in seventh, Aaron Dazzler in eighth, Chris Michael Jones in the Mercedes in ninth, Kaisi in 10th, and I'm pretty sure if that's
No,
it, the only
Brunson got
person.
DNF. Yeah,
Yeah, so
Brunson
apart
got
from
DNF,
just
but
DNS, isn't it?
Minty did finish.
Oh,
Minty did finish. Jackson did finish. They are a lap down.
a lot of DNFs.
Yeah, yeah. And Kush was running really well. You probably didn't see it, but Kush
I
was running
saw
really
it
well.
actually. He just slammed into the wall and then retired. I was quite shocked.
Very strange. Strange.
But yeah.
Get the top three for the party.
Oh, I think I can ask questions that are good. I don't know. You would like to ask
I'll let
questions
you do
after you,
them.
may.
Well, I think what we'll do is you mate. I mean, if you want me to ask questions, I don't really mind.
I'll ask questions. You've done it for the past few weeks. I think it's only fair.
And then what we'll do is if I've got any questions at the end, I'll add in at the end. Let me just get B.R. Hampton in. LK. Gone. Overkills.
LK might not join the party. I'm not too sure.
So he's got a mic. I've invited him in.
Yeah.
We'll tell you what. We'll just give it a second. Ben, if you want to start anyway, and then you can wait for
Okay.
LK, but I don't think he'll probably be joining.
No problem. All right, Hamilton, you there?
Yep.
All right then. Obviously, congrats on the win. Absolutely dominated the thing. Really well controlled. Just talk us through your strategy and how you made that work so well. I mean, you really did able to get a gap going, and from then on, you were just on fire.
Yeah, it was all on that supers when you got to keep your tire temps down and make sure the tire was low as well. And it was much more helpful that the other three were insistent on having a battle for the first four laps, so I managed to get a 3 second gap. So I could just control tires without losing much time to them, and they were picking. I think Kash was picking up a lot of pens, and I managed to get a pen-free race, which is pretty amazing for me. But yeah, it was just keeping. I mean, ultras are just a no-go to be honest, and I mean, well done to IK to. I think he did ultra softs, but yeah, it's just keeping the supers temps down, and the softs are just easy to go ages on. And I mean, I didn't have to worry after. I think Kush picked up 9 seconds worth of pens and decided to retire. He didn't actually crash. I don't know why. He could have probably picked up 18 points there, but it's his decision. And I mean, I'm just really happy to get my first win in ILR.
Absolutely, man. We saw a lot of quite debatable driving today. I'm not sure if you was aware of any of it. But did that ever come to a concern with you? If you ever got caught up in a battle with anyone, what was on your mind?
Well, obviously I had the stream up in the background, so I could see into turn one, especially a little aggressive driving, but it didn't really affect me. I mean, Brunson was battled me in the second stint when I was on brand new softs, but I mean, I had overkills let me through, and it wasn't awful, but also in Japan last week, obviously I wasn't able to speak to you because I wasn't on the podium, but maybe the driving's got a bit too aggressive. I don't know if it's frustration, but yeah, it didn't really affect me.
Um, just final question. Going into the final round, amazing pace today. How are you going to be able to keep the momentum for the final round to make sure you come out on top?
Well, I'm gonna have to because Brazil's quite hard for tire temps. I'm gonna have to practice on that, and also I'd just like to say it's I think McLaren have wrapped up the constructors now, and Overkill's on his championship, so I'm just happy for that. And obviously not much to battle for in Brazil, but I'll go for another win, and I think I can maybe get fourth in the championship, the highest I can get, so maybe secure that, which would be pretty amazing since I've been in the league for I don't know half the so about 5 weeks I think. So yeah, looking forward.
All right, man. I'll say once again, congrats on the win. But I'm just going to head over to a teammate of Kills. You know what? Solid race, man. Third
Yeah,
place from I think 17th. I think it was.
yeah,
Just talk us through your race because obviously with the incidents that went on, I was so shocked to see that you managed to avoid it all.
yeah. I know. I was quite lucky actually. It was quite car banging into turn one with a couple of cars. Surprised not to get maybe wing damage. But yeah. Apart from that, I was just trying to keep it going because I saw Jackster got involved in an incident behind, and I knew if I just finished maybe like one place ahead of him, that would have been the championship sealed. So at that point, I was just trying to drive for a little bit, and then I saw like people, you know, start retiring and think maybe I could push for some decent points this race. And obviously on the alternate strategy made me quicker at the end of the race, which eventually led to me getting the third place.
Did you feel you had to go a bit more aggressive than usual? Just obviously being in the situation you was after quali, did that kind of put you at risk during the race, or did you feel you was quite comfortable to be able to push more than everyone else?
Um, well, yeah, I think it was a bit of both really. One thought at the back of your mind saying, you might not be able to do this, and then you're just trying to get through and complete the job. And at the start, I was being a bit conservative, not trying not to be silly with anything, making sure I got all four wheels still. And then as soon as it calmed down a little bit with the driving, and that's when I decided to push, which is normally when people are most vulnerable. But yeah, I just kept it going and got the result I needed.
Obviously going into the final round, you've really closed up on this championship. It's basically yours to lose, to be honest.
He's won it.
Wh-
He's won it.
Yeah,
oh,
I
has he
won
won
it.
He's
it?
won it.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, he's won it.
shoot! Obviously, yeah, congrats on the championship. Um, you know what? I've lost track with points.
I swear I told you.
You know what? I don't even know.
I was
Like
shouting and screaming about it on the stream.
I tell you now, my head. All right. I'll change my question then. Obviously, world champion now, which
Bad.
obviously huge congrats. I mean, to be fair, I think you have been the better driver over the course of the season. To be honest,
thank you.
where's your mindset at for Brazil? Are you just gonna take the the take a foot off the pedal, or are you gonna still go flat out for the final
Flat
race?
out, but this time from the back.
W.
Oh boy, here we go.
I'll go for a last or something. See what happens.
I'm gonna get copyright strike for that, bro. Right. Obviously, once again, congrats, man, on the championship.
Cheers.
Really, really good drive today. Yeah, I'll hand it back
Cheers.
to Dom.
That's sick. Cool. But yeah, I just want to go back again. Congrats to you, Overkills, mate. Well done on being the champion. Season 5 champion. Again, your season's been, as Ben said already, you've been solid all season long. We've had a few dips here and there, but everyone has their unlucky races, and you've pulled it out of the bag, mate. I mean, you've won 4 races this season, haven't you? And again, another podium today. Great drive by you today, and again, just showing You're fully deserving of this championship in the end, and
Cheers.
I hope to see you next season. I mean, you might even be depending on your pace on F1 2019. You might even be on a top tier. So, I mean, would you like to
Hmm.
stay in this tier because of how close the racing is, or if you were up sort of the big boys in tier one? I mean, if your pace was good there, I mean, would it fuss you?
To be honest, half of me wants to go up because I was in there before, and I didn't do a good job. So half of me wants to make up for that. But then
Mm.
half of me wants to stay in, compete, like the close battles, like you saw how mental this race was today. And if you can have another race like that, I'm sure I'll be returning. But never know. We'll see what the tier placements are.
Yeah, and how does it feel? Obviously, you've wrapped up both championships today, the constructors and the drivers' championship as well. So, in regards to your teammate Bear Hamilton, obviously winning the race today, I mean, how good of a combination has that been since he joined the league as well?
Well, we've scored some good points together, worked together as a team. Maybe not in Japan, but let's just not talk about that one. Yeah,
Good
I
luck.
mean, some good results across the board for both of us, and that's what eventually gives you the prize, which we've managed to clinch, as well as the drivers, which is just outstanding.
Congrats once again, and I'll go back over to
Cheers.
your teammate Bear Hamilton to
Yeah,
give
yeah.
my final congratulations to him. Beer Hampton, mate, congrats again today. Great drive. And I did say to you, I don't know when it was. Where was it? I think it was your
Italy.
previous podium. Italy, that's where it was. I said to you, mate, when's the win going to come? And it's come, isn't it? I think, and also I asked you, what did you need to do? I think you've worked on those areas. You've today proved that you've had that consistency when you've needed it, and you played the long game. You're clean today in terms of the penalties as well. So, how does that mean to you? Your progression in the last sort of few weeks, how has that meant to you? And what does it feel like going into 2019, after 2019, with that kind of momentum with yourself?
It's been amazing ever since it's quite low at Italy when I hadn't had the pace to keep up with the top guys, but absolutely amazing. And I think this race has just shown what I really needed to improve on, which was pens and full on just consistency and on the pace, and I've shown it. And obviously, this is going to be brilliant for the next season of ILR. Probably going to be competing in 2019. So yeah, really happy at the moment, and I'm just gonna look forward to next season. Maybe be in the championship battle.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, how are you looking forward to kind of the last race of the season? You looking forward to kind of just wipe the season under and just try and do what you're doing since Italy, where you've been improving on your consistency. You're just trying to again do that in Brazil and hopefully come up with a good result there as well.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to Brazil and hopefully get another win maybe. And like I said earlier, may get me up into fourth in the championship with Maestro and everything. But which would be a brilliant achievement because we're only doing 6 rounds. So yeah,
Yeah.
really looking forward.
Well done, mate, once again. Well done to both of yourselves. And obviously, IK, who isn't in the party, he hasn't sent me a message or anything like that, but obviously, he came second place today. He is his second podium of the season, and that was a great drive today. He was on the ultra soft to start with, stretched him out so long, and put on a soft tyre. So well done to him. If he's watching the stream back, well done to you, mate. So I'll end the stream here. We'll be back next week for the last race of the season and the last race for ILR Tier 2 on the Xbox platform. So we'll wrap up the season next week. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll be back.